It had something to do with my idea, my concept of the true West. The West became very real when I stayed with the old couple. I stayed with them on weekends. I was a soldier at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and the captain came in and he said, "Davidson, Private Davidson, did you take these pictures?" I said, "Yes, sir." "Put down that map. You're going to photograph the general." But getting back to the mood of age, somehow I'm attracted to what was, you know. One of the key things in my work is going back in time. The way that worked was really interesting. In an international army camp, one French soldier was interested in becoming a painter. So we became friendly, and he took me home to his mother's house in Montmartre. And I saw an old woman coming up the street, and he said, "She lives upstairs of us. Would you like to meet her?" So I met the widow Montmartre. I met the impressionistic, touched on the impressionistic area. So that connection back and forth is important in my work. 100th Street helped start tutorial programs, women's health, private new schools, new housing. All that took off from the Citizens Committee. When the book was published in Museum of Modern Art exhibit, I tried to get the books to the community so they could use them. So there's still a remnant of what was, but now they fix up the buildings. And so I received a fellowship from the Open Society. I photographed sensual, vulnerable young kids. I didn't enter their homes. It was all pretty much street. But my wife, over a number of years, with the gang leader, talked about his mother. So she got the inner story, which now I want to merge with the classic photographs, because I didn't have the whole story. I had one part of the story. Everybody was focused on Dr. Martin Luther King giving a speech. They were photographing him. I chose to photograph what he saw. And what he saw was millions of people along the George Washington statue. That was the masses of people listening while I was photographing. But that was very moving to hear him while I'm seeing what he's talking about. And I'd been on many demonstrations and marches. This was a different kind of march. The old-timers talk about the way it was then and how important the photographs were. They tack them up on the wall. And that has meaning for me, that it's still alive. So I'm working on a project now where death comes to life. The dioramas intrigue me, but I can find ways of making it look different and explore it. So it's art after art, because it is an art form. So I am trying to find a larger, a different, another expression of that. That's what drives me there. It's more like I'm growing in this climate and it begins to open up on me. I mean, in the case of the dioramas, when I was working with digital, that was so easy, so incredibly easy. But now I'm working analog. I wish I'd started longer with analog, because that puts me in the picture, with the picture, and that's important. Digital camera is incredible, but it leaves me cold.